fantastic to be involved with Jinta. I just think it's a wonderful concept. You know, football being the biggest game in the world, that, you know, kids from every country, every culture, every background play. But it's so important that as we do that, the lessons of football always comes through, and that is about being fair. You know, football is about playing by the rules and learning to play as a team and be good sports and play in a fair way. And of course, everything we use within football should drive that message home, and one of those things is the ball itself. You know, millions of balls every year bought around the world, but it's so important that balls like Jinta are done in an ethical way through the Fairtrade movement. And of course that means that there's no child labour used, and that's wonderful for us here in Australia to know that every time we kick the ball that we love, we're doing the right thing. The very things that we expect and demand for ourselves here in Australia, it's balls like Jinta that ensures the people who manufacture them can have them for themselves. Football being the world game, of course, it's important to those of us who played and love the game that every child in the world, but particularly in Australia, have an opportunity to play the game, to achieve through the game, and also learn the life lessons through football that we were privileged to learn. So the social programs through football is something I'm extremely passionate about, and I support a number of them, and I'm delighted that Jinta also do. It's one of the reasons why I'm happy to lend my support to Jinta. In particular, for instance, Indigenous programs for sport in remote communities through the Mount Theo program, I just think it's an extraordinary initiative, so that for every ball that's sold, a percentage goes across to Indigenous kids being introduced to the world game that opens the planet to them and brings so much joy to them throughout their life. It's very important for me that the equipment, and particularly the balls, because this is the primary tool of our game, that it's of the highest standard, and I would never compromise on that. I've been using Jinta balls now for about 3 to 4 months. I love them. The weight of them is beautiful, the feel of them is beautiful, and I couldn't advocate or suggest more strongly to people in schools, in clubs, in academies, right across the game in Australia, that if you want a great ball for the training and games for your kids, that feels great, is weighted beautifully and will last and is of great quality, and it's manufactured ethically. This is the ball, and in the end, that's what the game of football is all about.